I'm delighted to be joined by Donovan Dijak here at Burning Heart Wrestling in Manchester. You've just had a sensational match. It was brutal. I was sat on the third row. You launched Ethan. It felt right at me like I was a target. Beer went flying. Chairs went everywhere. Tell me all about it.
I mean, in his defense, he launched me much further when I got flown into the chairs myself. So yeah, no, it was a blast. I really enjoy any match where I can easily emotionally invest in what's happening. The people were bringing me all sorts of emotion. He was bringing me all sorts of emotion, so it was very easy for me to match that. So yeah, I had a complete blast. This crowd was amazing. This promotion has been amazing. This weekend has been amazing. I've just had one of the best weekends, certainly in Europe, that I've ever had.
I want to talk all about this weekend in just a second, but while we're on the topic of chairs, it wouldn't be right if I didn't bring up Cody Rhodes. Tell me how you managed to put this whole thing together.
Nobody brought this up for like a decade, and then all of a sudden somebody shared a clip and it went viral, and I tweeted it too, and now you're the third person to ask me about it. Yeah, it's from Ring of Honor 2017. We were close friends at the time. We were on the road together. I remember we drove to that show together. Yeah, and we knew we were wrestling. And then there was this weird sort of like transition at the end of that match, because it was a singles match between Cody and I, and we'd wrestled a bunch of times before, but that was the first time in Ring of Honor actually. So that was cool. So what needed to happen is he was part of the Bullet Club at that point, obviously, and then the match after us was like a 10-man tag, and he was either out there with them or Bullet Club versus whoever, and I think he was either in the match or he was out there with them. So we needed some sort of transition to get me to the back and get the Bullet Club out. And so the solution that we came up with, I think that I came up with, was sit me in a chair and just baseball bat my head off. And I think he asked me, he's like, do you want how do you want me to hit you? And I said swing away like Barry Bonds. And he did. And what ended up happening in the video that everybody sees is from a fan, and I quote tweeted the fan a couple days ago too. But he took the video, and he has this massive reaction that puts it over, that makes it sound and look and the angle that it's from looks like I just get decked in the face, and that's the end of it. If you watch the real video from Ring of Honor, what actually happens is Cody swings, and at the last second I put my hand up, and I remember it killed my wrist right here. It wasn't broken or anything, but it didn't touch my head at all. I blocked it. It took the whole thing on my wrist. My wrist was like very bruised for a week, but completely safe, and he did exactly what I asked him to. So yeah, at the time, I remember Hulk Hogan tweeted about it. It was very popular 10 years ago, and I guess it's resurfacing, because who doesn't like a good chair shot to the face, right? Yeah. And then obviously I folded myself in half, and I did all the things that I normally do. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Appreciate it.
I mean, you're very welcome. It's incredibly entertaining. I mean, you got brutalized that day, but you've brutalized a lot of people in your own right, beating up Braun Strowman, beating up Drew McIntyre. Tell me all about that.
Wow. So those were a fight. I'll assume the match you're talking about was me and Mace when I was T-Bar against Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre. It was in the Thunderdome, and we were punching each other for real. Yeah, for sure. those are two big, strong guys, and me and Mace are two big, strong guys, and it was weird in the Thunderdome because there was there's no fans there, obviously, so it's just screens. And at that point, it was the Amway Center. I don't know what it's called now, but it's the arena in Orlando where the Orlando Magic play. And Gorilla was like really close. Like the stage wasn't that short. Like from where we are, if this was Gorilla, the ring would have been like where that table is, right? So it's really close. So you can almost feel like Vince's presence as you're wrestling, and he's watching at the monitor very closely. And just because of the situation, there's no like reactions from the crowd to what you're doing. So we're the match, we barely called any moves. There's really just like, we'll brawl back and forth, right? So if the whole thing is punches, we're just like, well, Vince is watching, so we pretty much have to punch each other for real. Like, I'm wearing gloves, Braun's wearing gloves, so we just start decking each other in the face. That's really what happened. And then we came to the back, and Vince was like, oh, you guys were really bringing it to each other. I wish I was out there. And we were like, okay, I guess we did what he wanted. But yeah, fun little feud. I think that's when we ended up getting unmasked, and Drew like slapped Brendan in the Mace in the face with his mask, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time.
I can imagine. We've talked about loads of things that make you a star, but now you're looking for the stars of the future, because I know you've been doing the seminars today and this weekend, so tell me all about them.
It was amazing. The future is so bright. You already alluded to it. I was able to wrestle Ethan Allen. Just tons of potential. Tons of potential. I love watching and working with up and coming people who are hitting their stride and figuring it out and being able to sort of bring them to that next emotional and physical level. Right, because that's the experiences that I got when I was at that point in my career, and I want to be able to do that for other people. So between that and the seminar where people are just completely working their tails off and giving it 100%, we had 2 full seminars today. Very busy day. I haven't eaten a piece of food yet the whole day, but that's okay. I like being busy, especially when it's with young, hungry, talented, enthusiastic professional wrestlers who are putting 100% effort in, and that's what I got today. So the future is extremely bright.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much for giving me some time. I really appreciate it. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I'd like to add that I am the greatest professional wrestler on planet Earth.
Fair enough. I agree. I have to agree. Or she might beat me up. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.